We're here at Raytheon, where they're working on the new air and missile defense radar. This is a new sophisticated radar that will equip the fleet's large surface combatants, starting with the Flight 3 destroyers, the contract for which is expected to be awarded sometime this spring. We're talking with Tad Dickinson, Raytheon's program director for air missile defense radar. Tad, the system has been out in Hawaii, in the Pacific, undergoing tests since last spring. What's the latest on those tests?
Well, to start last spring, in May, we finished up testing of the radar at our near-field range in Sudbury, Massachusetts, where it was fully factory tested. We moved it out in the beginning of June, where it was integrated within about 1 week, bolted on, and then fully operational within 30 days, and came up to full power, full radiate 30 days after that. Since then, we've been progressively adding software to it, adding functionality. By October of last year, we did our first satellite tracks, which is a precursor to ballistic missile defense tracks, seeing small objects far away. In November of last year, we did our first integrated air and missile defense track, where we tracked both satellites and simultaneously tracked aircraft going outbound and inbound. This led up to formal ballistic missile defense testing this February and March. In February, we piggybacked on MDA's SFTM-01 shot, where we looked at SFTM, Standard Flight Test Mission 01, which was an SM-6 shot, SM-6 test missile shot, where we looked at actually the target that the SM-6 was going after, which was a multi-stage ballistic missile target. We used that as a target of opportunity for learning and risk reduction, and then we did our first full ballistic missile test shot called Vigilant Hunter, which was an ARAV-B. ARAV is Aegis Readiness Assessment Vehicle, and did that with wideband digital beamforming. It's the first time a radar has actually done wideband digital beamforming for a ballistic missile defense shot. And that basically puts us on track on our test program, which will end in another 4 months in August of this year, basically completing the engineering, manufacturing, development program, and then leading into LRIP, low-rate initial production.
Now describe this a little bit. The radar, it's supposed to be scalable, meaning, the radar itself is pretty big. You need a big ship to put that radar on, but you can make it a smaller version for smaller ships, right? So it's components that go together.
So even as we tested the radar, when we brought the radar up, we bring it up from it has a 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot radar building block, which in its own self is a standalone radar. We then stack other of these building blocks alongside it. We time and phase synchronize it, and that gets you as large an aperture as you want. In this case, for a Flight 3 ship, it's 37 of these radar modular assemblies, or RMAs, all put together.
So the radar itself doesn't have to be delivered to the ship for some years now. What lies ahead for the rest of the year or the year after that in terms of the test program?
Test program does end in 4 months.
Really?
We'll have all the basic functionality of the Flight 3 SPY-6 Flight 3 radar done. We'll have the all of our modeling and simulation will be anchored, so for future simulation. And the technical data package will be released, and we'll be starting, as I say, low-rate initial production. And I'd say delivered to a ship, it's sooner than you think. It's only 2 years away in 2019.
So you're on track. Well, 2019 is when they were going to order the ship. But so you would deliver the ship in 2020, the system set in about 2020 or so.
So we're an ECP to the Flight 3 ship, or engineering change proposal. So for us, it's the Navy buying material for this ship. They're buying the radar. They've already started the long lead material procurement for that first ship. We were awarded that in December of last year, and we're expecting the next ship late this spring for the award of that ship, and delivery 2 years after that.